hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Hello, beautiful sinners. Welcome to our new episode. Today is just me. My name is Ligeia, hail Satan, and my best friend, Leraje.
Hail Satan.
Hi.
It's feeling a bit hellish here in the UK.
Inferno.
Yeah, a bit warm, innit?
In it. Yes. So we decided to bring more hell upon you. So we are going to continue with our beloved Thomas Ligotti and his book and his work. I think this is part 8. Am I right? Episode 8. I lost count. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Right. So we are doing like a group of stories, which are all in this group that is called The Voice of the Demon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 4 stories, but we have already done one of them in The Shadow of Another World. So if you want to know more about that story, you can find it somewhere in our previous episodes. So today we are going to talk about the rest, the 3 stories that we read before maybe, or we didn't, but we didn't talk about them. I don't know how about you. I think I read them before, but I had to reread.
Everything's new to me.
Is it? Okay. See, this is good. So
I think I've said this in the other Ligotti ones we've done, but I try really hard not to read them.
Yeah.
Because I know we're gonna do these.
You know what? I read the whole book before, but
yeah,
it was some time ago, and I read the whole book in one reading, and that's
just Grimscribe or both of them.
Both of them, and I am so happy we are doing this because that's not how Ligotti's work should be read. I don't think I was just overwhelmed all over the place. I think you should actually stop after each story and think and do a little analysis or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, certainly after each of these little sections.
At least. Even though I think I've read somewhere that he actually couldn't really explain why they are in these groups.
Really?
I'm not sure if this is correct information. We should probably look into that. But it's somewhere like in the back of my mind, like he was like, I don't like putting things in groups because I just create and I don't know. But somehow it happened like this. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I might come back to this information.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so I have my theory why these are in the same group.
Me too.
Maybe, okay,
I mean,
let's leave that for the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3 stories. The first one is The Dreaming in Northtown. Then The Mystics of, I read it in German, I don't know, Muhlenberg.
Yeah. And
then The Cocoons. So let's do this. I really like it's The Voice of the Demon with us.
The Voice of the Demon.
The Demon.
How apt.
Yeah. So.
Which one did you read first? Did you do them in order?
Chronologically, yes. Yeah. I did that. Because I thought maybe the group might be obvious, but also I thought he knew why he puts things in chronological order. I think they are getting more and more disturbing as they go.
Yeah.
So I always do follow his mind in the. So you did the same.
Yes, and for the same reason as well.
Yeah.
I do think they get increasingly kind of like weirder and more abstract and disturbing with each one.
Yeah, and it's in each group. It's not just this one. It's even like the one we did before with Chris, right? What was the last time? I don't know which group was that. I forgot. But yeah, it was true for that group as well.
By the way, for those who are missing Chris, as is probably obvious from his accent, Chris is in the US, and we were struggling to get a date and time that
Yeah.
Ligeia and I could make, let alone Chris. So sadly,
Yeah.
we had to.
The different time zones,
Yeah.
it is quite challenge, and in this heat, it's no fun.
No. So the
yeah.
Dreaming in Nortown was the first one, was it? I guess.
Okay, do you want to set the scene?
Yeah. Gonna give a little controversial opinion on this one as well.
Or... Okay.
This is by far my least favourite Ligotti short story that I've read so far.
Yippee! We found it! Yes!
Yeah. It's the first time I've read one of his stories and thought, please just get to the fucking point. And it started off good and it ended good, but the bit in the middle when he's wandering around all the streets, coffee shop, pub, club, just, okay, I get it. He's wandering around, but can we just like get to the...
I know.
It just seemed to go on and on and on, that bit.
It did. It's quite like longer. It's a longer story.
It's a longer one.
The longest out of these. I don't want to say I love him too much. I can't say it didn't have to, because I think he did this on purpose.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to say that, because who am I to criticize Ligotti? Never.
Not quite. Yeah.
I can't.
And I don't think I would... I'm not criticising it as such, just sort of saying it's this... Of all the stories that we've read by him across all the parts, all the episodes we've done on his stories, this is the one that appealed to me the least.
Yeah, I get it.
And that doesn't make it bad, because I thought it was a very strong start and a fantastic finish.
Yes.
But the middle bit, kind of like...
Yeah. Yeah, so tell us, what was the plot?
Dream in Nortown is about, guess, an anthropologist, maybe?
Yes.
He kind
a
of...
student, yeah.
Yeah. He by his own description, he likes to study people. And the person that he's very interested in is his roommate, whose name is Jack Quinn. Jack seems to be having these weird dreams, and they get so weird and he gets so loud about it that he disturbs the narrator of the story, whose name I don't think we ever learn.
No.
The narrator starts to have weird dreams as well. And then there comes this protracted bit where Jack Quinn goes on this kind of like perambulation through this dark part of the city, and the narrator's following him from shop to pub to club to coffee shop. And then there is a kind of like climax to the story, which I won't spoil, but it is worth it, but it does seem to take quite a long time to get there.
Yeah. So we are not spoiling. Okay.
Well,
try.
Maybe not kind of like literally spoil, but
yeah.
I mean, the theme of the sort of the overall crux of the story, as far as I could tell, was that the dreams were being manifested from somewhere else, another dimension, through Jack Quinn, who was actively seeking out these experiences. Or maybe he started by actively seeking out these experiences and then got trapped by them.
Yeah.
And slowly the narrator was also becoming kind of like infected, for want of a better word, by them as well.
Yeah, that's how I understood. Because like at the beginning, he is just like seeing this roommate or whatever, and he is coming home very late. He looks bad. He doesn't change his clothes. There was like really nice sentence about his coat, something like, it has seen like so many Octobers. I don't know. It was so...
Yes.
The writing is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Even if I can agree with you, it's like a lot of soup in the middle, but I think he wanted us to go through that because it made the story. I also had to I really struggle focusing in this heat. I was trying to read under a tree, like in the early morning, so it's not that hot, and I can actually get into this Ligotti world. But with the sunshine in my face, it's so tough.
Yeah.
So I know maybe in the winter setting, you might have not struggled that much.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? But yeah. So whatever. So he is looking at this sorry, and he is thinking, oh, so what's happening to him? So he's paying attention because he can see they are like, there is a distance. They're creating distance. This Jack is going some places and coming back. So he's like, what is happening to this guy? Like a little bit nosy there. And then they talk and he tells him, oh, so I am meeting this strange, not very secret, but maybe secretive society, this sect of sorts. From there, we can see where it goes with Jack. And it's sad. It's very sad.
Did you get the impression during that kind of like long walk about the city?
Very long.
Yeah. That Jack Quinn was trying to make himself stay awake because he was drinking coffee and he was like he kept on moving and he kept on going from, it felt like he was trying to force himself to stay awake. And then in that final scene, he just kind of like,
yes. Yeah, he did not. I felt like he is trying to avoid falling asleep the best he could.
And that's what made me think that maybe he started this willingly by wanting to explore it.
Yeah.
But then ended up sort of like not wanting to.
He realized maybe it's not him who is controlling it. So, and this is fascinating because that is the scary part about the sects and cults, where I don't think this was about cults. I don't think so. But if we take it as like this little detail from the story being about a sect, about a cult, they are scary. I would never join anything that is like well organized cult situation, because it might be exactly this, like you think, oh, there is this hidden knowledge, nobody else has this access to this forbidden knowledge, and something that is, I would like that. We do have that, by the way, but we can't talk about this. But you know what I mean? Like, they promise you everything. Like, you will understand the universe. You will learn how everything works. You will control things. I don't know. Everybody, it's in human nature. You want to understand. It has been there since the beginning. And then when he realizes probably that that's not the case, and I'm deeply in this shite. And now it's controlling me through when I'm sleeping or whatever that state was. Because I don't know if that was that sleep. I don't know. He was making these horrible sounds. I don't know.
If it wasn't kind of sleep in the way that we know it as, it was certainly some kind of state of unconscious, because it felt like these things were being broadcast into his mind.
Yeah.
But it could only happen when he was unconscious.
Either unconscious or maybe just like physically, like sleep paralysis. Like maybe he even wasn't completely not there, but I don't know, because his diary said a lot. So he understood something. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm trying. But like, the narrator, he found this diary.
Yes.
And he was reading. And there were certain things that I was surprised, like, okay, so he knows, this Jack guy. He knew that this and that was happening. But
I think, again, going back to that cult, the idea of the cult that you brought up, it's different being told that you're going to get all the secrets of the universe to actually, finding out what that means. It sounds good, but maybe it's not that great.
Doesn't
once
it?
You start, yeah. So I think he probably did know. They might have said to him, "Oh yeah, by the way, these like extra dimensional beings are going to start beaming things into your head."
Yeah.
And they would probably phrase that differently in a way that sounds really cool and exciting, and but once the reality of it hits him, it's kind of like not so great. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah. And this is so Ligottian, by the way. Like, I think this is exactly like when you take, for example, Lovecraft. He was always like, it was also around like seeking knowledge, but the knowledge would be exactly that forbidden, beautiful, powerful something. With Ligotti, he is not questioning obtaining knowledge. He's like, yeah, you can, but do you want to? Because
Yeah.
what if the truth is actually freaking terrifying and ugly, and it's not for human mind. You can't comprehend, and it will destroy you if you know.
I mean, a lot. Yeah, I mean that is true. But I mean, the thing with a lot of Lovecraft stories as well, a lot of the kind of like protagonists of these stories kind of stumbled into the situation completely accidentally.
Yeah.
So you think of stories like Haunter of the Dark or Dagon,
Yes.
where, you know, a man sees a church across the other side of the town from his room, from the window in his room.
Yeah.
And then it ends up him getting like attacked by this
Yeah.
demigod type beast. But it's not a situation he sought out. It wasn't him trying to seek hidden knowledge. It was more like he just happened to be there at the wrong time and noticed the wrong things.
That is very true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I do think what you said about cults is probably very true. You know, that kind of Jack Quinn seems to be someone who sought that out purposefully.
Yeah.
Or at least expressed interest when it was offered to him.
Yeah. Maybe as an experiment, like in his studies, he obviously it might be, if you're into this like anthropology and humanist, you would be interested. Well, I would be interested. And yeah, I was very sad for the guy. I would not have followed him for so long. I can tell you that.
No.
If it was my friend and I was like, okay, let's keep you safe, I would, but not for just like, that was like, oh my goodness.
As soon as he went to the restaurant, I would have said, fuck this, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here for an hour or so and watch someone eat food. I'm going home.
Very slowly. Oh. Yeah. So what is your idea? Like what is the message here?
The message.
Analyze it for me.
Analyze. I think like with a lot of Ligotti's stuff, it's kind of like it's the juxtaposition between the ancient and the modern.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Lovecraft, it was all about the ancient being there, just not seen. With Ligotti, it's much more present. The sort of like the ancient knowledge is like it's present, it's there, and it's not particularly difficult to kind of like access. With some of Lovecraft's stuff, you get the feeling, you know, these are mad professor types are doing studies for decades, you know, to try and unlock the key or whatever it was. But with Ligotti's, and I think it's kind of like, I think it's, if there is a subtext, and Ligotti did want to have a subtextual message to this, it's maybe about the dangers of seeking things that are not necessarily good for you. It did seem to be a bit of a parable for addiction to me.
Addiction, you think? Like Jack would have been addicted to?
Yeah. Unable
something?
To sort of like put it down and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And fighting not, you know, maybe the long whole evening walk, the sort of like writing things down, the kind of like struggle to stay awake if that's what was happening. It felt like an addict trying to kick the habit sort of thing.
That could be. Maybe that was. It is a very sad story. Which story by Ligotti is not sad? But
I was going to say they're all pretty miserable.
Yeah. I thought the whole walk in the town is the thing that was coming to my mind is like, this is an exploration of a mind. Like the town as a mind.
Yeah.
And it was getting so long and you know, snaily. That's a new word now. Hello. Snaily. Sluggish. The walk.
Snaily. Don't like snails anymore, but more about that next episode.
Next episode, I know. I just looked at you like, did I just do this? Okay. Okay, yeah. Don't eat tapenade, people. No. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so this is what I thought. This is why it was taking so long. Like the mind is getting like distorted and slow and not computing properly, and we are exploring it in this way. But I'm not sure if this was the message.
So maybe like Jack was putting himself through like a rite of passage sort of thing. Is that?
I was thinking about the narrator.
Oh,
Getting a little bit
oh yeah,
not all there. Following him, like following, maybe getting entangled in the same. He didn't go to the meetings, but
No.
it was not. I don't think it was caused by those meetings. I thought it was some kind of like contagious thing somehow through the mind, or was it in the diary? I don't know. I can't really. I don't know.
That's one of the things that made me think it was possibly a metaphor for addiction, that kind of like infection, sort of like. I mean, that's how people get addicted to drugs or alcohol or anything. Their mates say, "Hey, give this a try," and it's kind of like So maybe, but as far as the direct story goes, I think you're probably right. I'm thinking better of it now than I was half an hour ago.
See, it's good to talk. It's really,
It is.
I always think better after we talk.
Yeah.
About every story. Even though I might love the story, but after we talk, I see so many new layers or
me too.
Like options. Like, oh my goodness, this is what makes them so absolutely genius. Because next time I read this, I will see something else. I'm sure.
I mean, there's Ligotti stuff is so multi-layered anyway. There's always something new.
Over-explains. He's like, do what you want with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's yours.
And I like that. I very much enjoy that.
I love it. I love it. I hate over-explained books and stories. I'm like, please let me do what I want with this. And he does. And now I'm if he listens to us, he would go like, oh no, maybe I should have explained.
No, no, don't.
No. Yeah, but I thought just like a few more things I wanted to say about this. Like, I really liked the way he, again, uses sort of like a human as a puppet.
Yeah.
Like the loss of the control. It's always there. And he finds so many new ways to explore this. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, he does do that a lot. There's always a character that's a surrogate for the narrator.
Yes.
Or even himself. As the writer, maybe. Yeah. It's kind of like there's always like this one remove from the actual event. Well, not always, but a lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of the time. But it's always interesting. And I'm like, I have seen this idea in your book. This is not new. A human being as a puppet, lost of control. And he finds a new story around it and explore it. And I'm not bored 1 second. I'm not bored. Maybe the walk is a little bit longer. I agree. But the ending was...
The ending was fantastic.
That hit me. Really hit me.
And maybe you needed that long walking
That's
section.
what I'm thinking, yeah.
Just so the ending hit properly.
Even though I really also had to like go back and reread a few paragraphs. But I think it was the heat.
Yes. All right. Shall we move on to...
We can.
The Mystics of Muhlenberg. Going to tell us about this one?
I can try. The plot in this one, I struggle putting it in like a normal sentence, but yeah. So again, we have a narrator. I don't think we have a name for him, but he goes to visit a man. His name is Klaus Klingman. This guy lives in this like old or like empty warehouse, upper floor somewhere. So it's not a nice place. It's a weird space. Again, very, very atmospheric. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so he visits him, and this Klaus sits down, and the story goes like he just talks. Nothing really happens. We don't go anywhere. He talks. He says a story. I really liked there was a sentence. He said like, without a doubt, Klingman was one of the Illuminati.
Yes.
I'm like, what? This is like one of the first information pieces we get.
Yeah. Klaus Klingman, a.k.a. Nemo the Necromancer, Marlowe the Magus, and Master Marinetti of the Illuminati.
Yes.
What? Fucking God. What?
I'm like, well, we are on a
Fucking hell.
good start here. What is going to happen?
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy has a quote that is like, we are coming back to this short sentence. Do you know which one?
Maybe. Go on, say it.
Fluidity, always fluidity.
Yeah, that's the one.
And first time I read it, I'm like, okay, so I'm not getting it. What? I'm not getting it. But as we were closing, like to the finish line,
Yeah.
I was starting to understand what he means, and I will never forget this sentence. I can tell you, because
Yeah.
this story was so spooky, scary, disturbing to me. I don't know why. I know why, but this really, really disturbed me. I had to put it down and go for a walk. And so I really don't know how to say much more about this. There is this story. He tells him a story about this town of Muhlenberg, which is just an example. He wants to just like tell him an example of something he's trying to prove is real or is happening in reality. So it's sort of like a lecture for us, for the narrator visitor. I have certain sentences written here, but I don't know. So he tells him a lot about this town. You should read this story, because what I'm gonna say is not gonna translate to anything really interesting. But the story of this town is basically that these people, some of them can see the subtle changes at the beginning. Some of them choose to ignore that, oh, something is happening. The sun is not sunning today. The air is not airing.
That's
we
right.
feel weird, and they just...
It was this, this kind of semi-permanent twilight, wasn't it? It was.
The colors were not coloring. Everything was starting to be more gray, and they were like...
Colours were not colouring.
like they were trying to breathe as a normal breathing. You don't think about you breathing, you just breathe.
Yeah.
Once you have to actually
Think
about it, something's wrong. And they were like, well, it is kind of weird, but yeah, just go sleep. Okay, so they went to sleep, and it just continued, and it was getting worse and worse, and people just took it. It was like, we do that. Look at the planet, right? Isn't that what we are doing? I don't even... This is what upset me so much, because I was thinking, are we these people? Look at the heat. Look at what's happening, and we are just like, oh, just gonna sleep.
Yeah,
maybe it will go away.
It'll be fine tomorrow.
It will be fine, or maybe I will just get used to this. Who needs to breathe anyway? I don't know.
I said about the previous one, the Nortown one, that it was the first one I'd read of his, which I found a bit of a drag in the middle section. This was superbly written.
Right.
It was so dark and gothic in places. It seemed to me to be a story about, yes, very much the things that you just said about how people can ignore the obvious wrongness of what's going on around them.
Yeah.
But also about the nature of matter, the sort of like the nature of reality, and the kind of how it can change and how obvious it can be, and people still ignore it, and there's like this permanent, semi-permanent twilight, and it lasts for like days, and there's all the townspeople are still going about, the morning bell still rings at the church, and they get up and it's twilight. They go back, do all their jobs, and it's twilight. They get back in the evening from work, and it's twilight.
Yes.
And it's like, and then things start to continue to get more and more wrong, and it's nothing that you could ever say, oh no, the pub's on fire, or there's a horde of demons coming out the front of the ship. It's nothing massive, but it's just all these creeping little differences that keep getting wronger and wronger and wronger.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, it doesn't stop. It is getting worse and worse, and people keep finding excuses. Some of them think, okay, we might have upset some like higher being, or maybe angels are fighting. It will go away. It's nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
If we just keep being good and do our, mundane things and go to work, and just it will go away.
Mm.
I found it so upsetting and worrying, and so true. I really I wanted to cry when I read this, because I really see it. Like specifically now when everybody is suffering with this heat, and there are still some people saying like, oh, it has been like this before. Like,
It's called
look at
summer.
the 70s, it's called summer, you idiots. Like,
The fuck is wrong
are
with
you
people?
serious? I live in a country where this is not supposed to be the summer.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be the summer. I'm not in Nice or Marseille or Egypt.
No,
It's not
exactly.
supposed to be like this here. So
Not so supposed to have sub-Saharan
no.
temperatures. No, and I think you're right. I mean, let's be honest, Ligotti has not got the highest opinion of the human race as it is.
You
I mean,
think?
that's fairly obvious from his stories. But this one in particular is very sort of, I mean, the character of Klaus Klingman, who's kind of like, I saw him as a stand-in for Ligotti himself, as kind of like, all he does
Absolutely.
is laugh at what these dickheads are doing to themselves. It's easy to put Ligotti in that role as kind of like someone who's so jaded and disappointed in humanity that he finds it easy to just laugh at the stupid reactions they have to sort of like things that are very obviously happening, and their attempts to kind of like rationalize it and sweep it under the carpet and ignore it.
And he's not surprised anymore that this is how it is. It's like he's laughing, but it's this like sad laugh. Like this is, we can't do anything because humanity is behaving this way and has been behaving this way. So do we just watch? What do we do? What, you know?
Yeah.
It is really disturbing, and it's so beautifully written. I was going to like quote something. I can't. I have the whole pages. I can't decide what. It's so beautifully horrifying and dark. Please, people, it's short. Read this.
I think if someone was to say to you, give me the archetypal Ligotti short story, I would say that.
There we go.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sums up everything.
It sums up everything. There's this whole, I don't know, philosophy, can we call it? That is Ligottian. It's everything here.
Yeah, it's got that kind of like contempt for the idiocy of humanity.
Is a good word. Yeah.
And this kind of like disdain for the rationalizations that people try and make for things that are very obviously happening. But he doesn't ever make the mistake of trying to relate it to something in the real world. I think where a lot of people who write, you know, if they write a book about environmental disaster, they might make it very obvious that that's the point they're trying to make.
Yes.
And you stop reading the book and you start feeling like you're being lectured at.
Yes.
You know, but for this, and also, you know, when we read Annihilation as well.
I just thought about it.
Yeah. They're two very similar stories in that respect. They're very obviously about kind of like the way that humanity can ignore what's going on right in front of their nose.
This is a very different approach, and I loved the Annihilation, that book, and I will continue reading the whole 4 books. But this one hit me.
The story is
deeply because with the book, the Annihilation, I felt disconnected. It was about somebody else. It was about a group somewhere. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
This does not feel as fiction. This feels too real.
I think. I mean, I'm not criticizing Jeff Vandermeer's writing style, but it sometimes can. And I've read some of his short stories as well, not just the Annihilation books. I think Lithos is on book 3 of that series now.
Oh, right.
But his writing style can sometimes come across as a little bit removed.
Yes.
It feels like it's a scientist describing something that happened.
It's a little sterile.
Yes, that's the word.
Which I enjoyed. Because it was not hurting me as a human. This fucker, this book, this fucking story, I love it so much, but it's still a fucker. It fucked me.
Ligotti, he gets a big old fucking wooden spoon, sticks it in your brain and goes like that.
And
until
sings.
and it's
La la
just.
la la.
I just realised I made a mime there, and we're on a podcast, which is audio only.
Oh
So-
right, and I didn't mind. Yeah. Oh my god! If people could see us, this would be so much fun.
we forget sometimes, dear listener, that we're doing this. Ligeia and I just like to talk about stories, and we forget we're actually doing it for a reason.
And we speak with our hands and with our whole body.
Yes, we do. All right. Did you want to add anything else about this before we go on to the?
Yeah. So I had these questions. What if the Enlightenment revealed something horrible? The horror of ultimate knowledge.
I think it did. I think that's what it did.
That's what I thought. Like that's what I felt.
Yeah.
Like the horror of knowledge.
The bit where he describes them not being able to remember because they kind of like disassociate from the
that
events.
was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's that kind of like when everything turns pitch black, and he describes it as kind of like fluid, this liquidy kind of blackness.
Fucking fluidity.
Yeah. And I think that's what I mean, that's the impression I got. I think that's what he was getting at. This kind of like ultimate knowledge, but you can't ever remember it because it's too big. It's too much.
And too horrifying, and it doesn't bring any comfort.
No.
It's not... Ooh, my flubbers are gusted. I love this story. I don't know why. Because I was really depressed afterwards.
Sorry.
What is What?
I'm still laughing at flabbers aghasted.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Back to the story.
We need to laugh after this. I'm sorry. Yeah. It is.
It can sometimes be a bit soul destroying reading Ligotti.
It is. I am still not ready for the book. The what is it? The Human Race. What is the book?
I don't dare read a novel by him.
No, I'm not ready. I think I would just not be the next day. Yeah. Then I had a question like, is consciousness itself a mistake? Like a cosmic mistake that was not supposed to be?
Now, I think that's one of the things that Annihilation might have been hinting at.
Yeah? Like, can you imagine without that how much happier we would be? Probably, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean... this is
the knowledge of not knowing.
Yes, I mean I do agree, but I think that was more directly addressing the next one we haven't talked about yet. But I do think you're right. I think that he is saying in all of these three stories, and in the fourth one that we previously read, that sometimes ignorance is bliss, and that sometimes it's better not to know. Yeah.
Not even realize, I don't even care if it's twilight.
And I think he is saying that, but at the same time, he's also in utter contempt of people who refuse to learn. And it's kind of like this dichotomy of positions.
Yeah. You can't win.
No.
You can't win. Both
Fuck
are
you,
wrong
Thomas.
and... I can't say that. I can't. I love him too much.
I don't mean it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, I mean, I think I said everything. There is no secret knowledge. There is no redemption. I think that's all. I think we should go to the next one. Should we go to the next one? But should we? This is a disaster. The cocoons.
This was an odd one.
It was, wasn't it?
I mean, it's Ligotti, so they're all odd. But it was odd in a very kind of... The first two stories that we talked about tonight felt very, the reader was you could be directly involved. You were very involved. This one felt it felt like, I would imagine, watching a movie when you're very slightly drunk or a bit high and things are happening and you can't quite get a grasp of what's going on, but you're still managing to somewhat follow it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense because even like the beginning, it just starts.
Yeah.
It just...
This guy turns up. It's like, what?
Like, we are in bed and we start... The sentence is like, oh, so I had a feeling there is like something is on my bed. And he wakes up in the middle of the night and there is this doctor
Dr.
Dublanc
Dublanc.
standing there, and we need to follow him immediately. And we are like, can this not wait? Like, hello, it's a night. I'm actually sleeping. And he's like, no, you have to go with me. This is utmost important.
How did he
to
get into
you.
his house?
No, we don't know.
No.
I don't know what doctor he is. Like, is he real doctor? Is he his doctor? We don't know.
Yeah,
Probably. He's a patient. What patient? Is this insomnia? I don't know. That's what I thought, but we don't know.
If the whole thing felt like a fever dream of...
Yes. No explanations, like, figure it out or don't. I don't know. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's so bad to us.
He is.
So we follow him. He takes us by taxi at night. We travel. Oh, before that, he also gives us 2 pills, like
egg-shaped
pills, and we may or may not swallow them. Who knows? And we go with him, and we travel, and we arrive to this house of his former patient, I think, or still patient. I don't know. Mr. Catch.
Mr. Catch.
Mr. Catch.
Although that we are told that's not his actual name.
Oh ho ho. Go figure. Why is that important? We don't know.
Don't know.
So we arrive. This house is weird, and he's a little bit impatient. Like, where have you been? It's almost time. And I'm like, what is time? And he takes us to a cellar, and he wants us to watch a movie, like a film, not a movie, film.
Found footage.
Found footage. It's fucking horrible because
it's pretty fucked up. Yeah,
it's fucked up. It's like a film of probably also a patient, a person, and this person goes through something. We can see it. Do we spoil it? I don't know. It's horrifying. We have to. So we can actually witness the transformation of this person. Like, I don't think that person is alive anymore. Maybe they are, but something else is alive in their body, and it is taking over. It is transforming this person into something, and we see the whole process and the end of the process, and then we learn something like that should probably happen to us.
Yeah, to cure us.
To cure us, we don't know from what.
Well, no, he doesn't say cure. He says find the balance of their lives.
It is so weirdly worded. I don't know. What is he? Why are we patient? What is wrong with us? We were sleeping, so I'm like,
there's a whole series of like odd little bits.
Yes.
So even the journey over is kind of like it's weird. Described as being a very long way.
Yes.
But getting there very, very quickly.
Yes. And the taxi driver was weird.
The taxi driver seemed to be in a trance of some kind.
Yeah,
maybe?
He's like weirdly looking back, and then he's told to stay there and wait. And like the narrator is asking, like, okay, but this is gonna cost us like a lot of money. And he's like, you don't want to be like left without any transportation at this place, but we are supposed to die there. So
yeah,
what are we doing?
I think the transportation might have been for him, Dr. Dublanc.
For him, yes. Yeah. For him. Obviously, he wanted to escape.
Did the movie, the transformation movie, did it give you Alien vibes?
Yes.
The whole
but with like, yeah.
But it seemed to come from their head.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. I mean, I can go through like body horror. It's not as bad. I don't know. I think when it's written in a book, my mind creates the most horrifying things that are horrifying to me.
The imagination is a much more potent tool than seeing a movie.
If it's in a movie, it is disgusting, and I'm sometimes like, oh, I didn't need this in my head, but now it's there. But this, it was horrible because I think that person was still alive somehow. he must be.
It was very difficult to tell because when he started moving, this figure that was in the movie, you think, oh, he's moving, he must be alive. But then his movement is described as, again, like a puppet, like an animatronic,
puppet.
like a
Yes.
We're back to Ligotti and his puppets again. The movement is jerky and not coordinated, and then it becomes obvious. Yeah,
spasmodic twitchings of some energy that inhabited the old Trump.
Say no more.
Right?
But I then my interpretation was that this kind of like the body that was inhabited wasn't alive, but this new thing was just being birthed from it, like in the Alien movies.
Yes.
So, like John Hurt famously the chest burster scene in the first Alien movie and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But it was the creature that came out of this body was more about pleasure and more about kind of like ecstasy, whereas the kind of like the alien birthing scene in the Alien movies is violence and pain and death and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it wasn't violent and it wasn't painful and it did definitely result in death, but the end result, the purpose of it seemed to be building to a point of a kind of like ecstasy in the knowledge of what had happened. That's how I interpreted it anyway.
Now when you're saying it, I completely didn't see that. But
really?
when
What
you're
did you
saying
think
it
was?
Oh yeah, I saw the suffering. I somehow missed the pleasure.
Doesn't it? I thought maybe my brain's trying to rescue me from hell and inventing the pleasure.
Now I need to. If it's pleasure here, I'm gonna reread. I want my pleasures.
And no more is that thing which we call the mind with its craving for ever more novel sensations and perceptions. So I sort of like interpreted that as kind of like this searching for.
That is true.
Something, searching for this kind of like ever new experiences. And while Mr. Catch retreated in panic from his own powers, yet he could not put the pieces back as they had been. Unheard of habits and responses had already been ingrained themselves into his system. The worst sort of slavery, but how persuasively he spoke of the euphoria he had known.
Yeah.
The infinitely diverse sensations beyond all common understanding.
It is all over the place and I missed it.
I mean, I know I say this just about every time, but I don't think there is a right way or a wrong way to interpret or read a story. It's all, relative to the person reading it. I miss loads
I just
of things.
saw like the human beings being in this metamorphosis unwillingly, without consent, probably, because that was, we were not asked, as like it was supposed to happen to us. I'm not saying if it does, if it doesn't, you need to read it. The ending is good, like it's well written. I'm not saying it's a happy end or whatever.
No,
but
never is.
So it's not a willing participant.
No.
So that's the horror of that. Like,
you do kind of get the idea that Dr. Dublanc is kind of like experimenting on these various.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know what for.
I think it's because he's scared to actually undergo the transformation himself. He wants to perfect it before he'll do it himself.
So he's changing the formula maybe, and
maybe.
Yeah. But what is he hoping for? What is the result that he wants?
I think it ties back to that kind of like that ecstasy, or that kind of searching for constant new experiences, or the ability to experience that euphoria he talks about. I think that's what he wants.
It's like Hellraiser.
And maybe, like the first story, maybe that's also a kind of like addiction metaphor. This constant searching for new.
Oh yeah. I mean that is very easy to fall for.
Have you read any of Clive Barker's short stories?
Yes. Yeah. This
story reminded me very much of Hellbound Heart.
Yes.
The movies that Hellraiser were based on. The book
I just said that, Hellraiser.
Did you?
Yeah, like
I'm sorry, I missed that. I didn't hear you say that.
55 seconds ago. I think I just like bumbled here. Mumble, jumble. So yeah, it is reminding me of exactly like the pain they go through and how they are the search for constant sensual
There's that fantastic line
gratification.
the Cenobites have in the short story where they say, angels to some, demons to others, and it's kind of like it seems to me that that's what Dr. Dublanc is kind of like searching for, that sort of.
Wow, I love that. I love this. You see, I will have to take a little break from this story, not think about it, and then go and read it again with this in mind, because for me it was the horror of losing the autonomy, which is also in Ligotti's style. Like, do we actually have the autonomy? I don't think he believes in that.
No, I
but
don't think he does.
The maybe losing of the idea of autonomy is so horrifying.
And the loss of identity as well, to become
identity, the self.
Yeah, to become a victim rather than a person with kind of like rights and a name and a life.
Anything that is not consensual, as for us, this is our like first
red line. Yeah,
red line, and it's the basic stuff that for a satanist, consent is above everything, I think. So it just felt really, really, really bad that he lied to him. He was just like pulling him out of his bed, and it was all confusing, and he was probably doing it to confuse him even more at night.
Yeah, you're right. I think. I mean, all the way through the story, he constantly violated consent for the narrator.
Yeah.
Like you say, barging into his room, waking him up, bundling him into a cab, giving him pills without consent or even informed knowledge about what these pills were. Or
it's like rape drugs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing to him?
I do wonder if... do you know when this story was published?
No.
I do wonder if he'd seen Alien before he wrote this story.
Oh, we can search. We can have a look.
Yeah, the whole thing about
I can't. No.
a new life coming from birthed inside a host body, plus the pills being egg shaped.
Oh yeah,
it struck me as very kind of like.
Yeah, I just actually. Yes, the eggs, but I only noticed that at the end of the story. I noticed the pills. I'm like, okay. So I thought, okay, this is his doctor, so he's giving him some pills because he knows he needs the pills.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's like in a good way. He's trying to take care of him. Maybe they found a new, I don't know, something that is going to help this person. And at the end, I remembered it was too egg-shaped, and I was like, I want to puke right now. Oh. Read it. You will understand why.
Yeah. Well, we talked at the start about there being, even if Ligotti didn't like the idea of categorizing the stories, there is a theme.
There is a theme. So I was thinking, the first story, what is connecting? First story talks about reality as a dream. Second, truth is unbearable. Then we had the story that we talked about previously, but it was our world is not primary. And then we have the cocoons. The self is either unstable or not even real, as I understood. So he is dismantling the world being real, the truth being good, reality being understandable, and self being permanent or real.
Yeah.
So these were my points of connection.
I didn't get all of those points. But I definitely picked up on the nature of reality not being a set thing. Ligotti is trying to get us to realise that, reality is not what we perceive it to be. And that is literally true. I mean, science, we appear to be solid, but really we touch nothing.
We touch nothing.
The sort of like overarching theme for me of these stories is kind of like reality is presented to us in a certain way, and most of the time we can operate within that. But really, that's not really reality. It's the reality we choose to see.
Yes. And it's so fragile. And the self is so fragile. Like, we are so vulnerable.
Mm.
It can break at any point. Like, something happens that we are not expecting, and all goes to fuck off.
Okay, well, we better wrap up, I guess.
Yeah. Next time, we will come back with more stories. Don't you worry.
And we'll try our best to get Chris involved next time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so until next time, I've been Leraje. Hail Satan.
I've been Ligeia. Hail Satan.